Afternoon, everybody. I'm hoping that we will have decent sound. Just let me know if you can hear me okay. It'd be good to get a thumbs up. So if you can hear me, please let me know. And we are just going to start welcoming people just shortly. We are just at Newton. Great, super. Somebody's given me a thumbs up, so that's great. Okay guys, so welcome to Newton Farm. We're going to get started properly at 1 o'clock, but at the moment I am just standing beside one of our fields with some of our goats in here, and also our Highland cows. My husband's just been out to see the Highland cows and they've wandered down with him, and it's an absolutely glorious day in sunny Angus. So I'm going to start spanning round to let you see some of the other stuff that's happening here at the farm and what's in the fields in front of us. As you can see, it's a lot of goats at this point, but I'm going to bring in the family just to let you see everybody, and we will so Scott's trying to hide because he's trying to read the comments here, so we're just going to turn it round so you see us. So hi guys, I'm Lou. Farmer Lou now on the farm, and this is my daughter Iona just in behind me, and Scott is just beside me as well, but he's trying to read the comments, and because it's so sunny he can't see. You can look up for maybe a brief second to say hello. And we're going to be giving you a wee tour of our farm for the next 30 minutes thanks to Go Rural Scotland. We are in Angus on the east coast of Scotland, and our farm's called Newton Farm, or Newton of Fotheringham, and we do accommodation and also farm tours is a big part of our business now, which we've done for the last 4 years. So rather than watching me, I'm actually going to change over to Farmer Graham, and you'll see some of our Highland cows here. They're going to come over. Oh, here's Isla coming to say hello. So we really like to share all the animals on the farm and with our visitors, and our visitors will come and they'll come and hand feed, and here's Hetty here coming for, Julie here coming for a little treat and maybe a lick of the camera. Behind at the moment is Thistle, that's our Highland calf, and she's with her mum, and Graham's just feeding her. And then he's surrounded with goats as well. Some of our favourites, Lantern and Hannah, are there just now, so they're looking for some treats as well. So I'm just going to check. We've got hello from Brazil, so hi Eduardo. I do see a few people that I recognise that follow us on our Facebook page, Newton Farm Holidays, so it's great to see some familiar faces, and hopefully you're going to really enjoy the trip round our farm, and we're going to share our lambing with you as well. So I'm just going to do a wee time check and see where we're at. Okay, that's fabulous. So we're going to head along. We're going to leave Farmer Graham there while he gets to feed little Thistle, and then we're going to head along to bottle feed 2 lambs in our field over here. So we expand across 550 acres here at Newton Farm, and we have right up the hillside in front of us here. We also go to, I know Margaret's just commenting on how big Thistle is now. She really is huge. So we also expand 2 miles in this direction, as Farmer Graham is now being molested by Highland cows by the looks of it. So he's running out now. So he is, oh, hello Lucy. So Lucy, our pig's just come to say hello as well. Lucy was a little pig from a flat in Dundee for a while until we rehomed her. So we extend 2 miles to the A90 in this direction, which is the main trunk road north in Scotland on the east coast. So we're going to wander along this area just now and see some of the sheep in the fields. So here on our farm we actually have 200 acres of barley, or 230 acres of winter and spring barley. and we also have 200 acres of grass. The barley goes for malting to make whiskey, and we have 200 acres of grass to feed our animals. We have 55 cows that are for breeding, so we are calving just now as well as lambing and also for kidding. And we're going to pop into this field just now, and we're going to Scott is just calling on a couple of lambs. They should come down for a bottle. They are, apologies if you're getting deafened by them. These are where we want our sheep to be, out in the grass field, out with their mums and enjoying the sunshine and eating lots of grass to produce lots of milk to feed their babies. Sometimes we have occasionally a problem where usually Lammy's waiting. Oh, here they come. I see one running. And usually if we have any problems, they're going to be kept inside in a pet pen to bottle feed in there. But we have a couple of special lambs in here who stay with their mums in the field because their mums have previously been pet lambs, and they actually will come down for bottle feeding. The mums bring the lambs to us. So Honey is coming down, that's the mum, and she is bringing down her, well actually her baby's beating her, to be fair. So Corby's away. We've got two of my escaped ducks. We were looking for them earlier. They've escaped up to that area there. So we've got our two lambs coming down, so they're going to start off by being bottle fed. It's their feeding time, and then we're going to head into the lambing shed so we can tell you a bit more about our lambing. The last time people joined us on Lambathon a couple of weeks ago was the start of our lambing, and we only have 120 sheep to lamb just now on the farm. Oh, here we go. So they're going to tuck in. So these lambs here are about 6 weeks old now. We had an early lambing this year, and you can see how hungry they are, and they're absolutely going for their milk there. So, and you'll see their tails wagging as well. That's all about getting the rumen to work and properly their stomach, and they are tucking in there. So we are. So these guys here are being fed 3 times a day. Most of our pet lambs, the smaller ones, are being fed 4 times a day, and they are. Oh, Mum's not coming. She's usually coming down as well. Are you coming down, Honey? Honey, come on, darling.
Come in, Honey.
She's maybe going to, do you know what? I don't want to come all that way for no reason. She usually gets a treat when she comes down. She was a pet lamb on the farm several years ago, and she's just so friendly still, so it's great having her still on the farm. And she doesn't have milk to feed her baby, unfortunately, this year, which is why we are having to bottle fed. So this is actually what we want on the farm, is we want the lambs to be with their mums in the fields feeding. And we've got sheep up the hillside just to the right of the trees up here, and then we've also got, I'm just going to span round, we've also got our holiday cottage just over one field over there, and behind that cottage we've also got sheep and lambs out there, but I think you'll not see that just because of the distance. So once these lambs are going to finish, we're going to head down. Oh, here she comes. I better wait and give her a wee treat, seeing as she's coming all this way. Come on, Honey. Good girl. It's really warm here today. I didn't plan very well. I'm still wearing my thermals, which wasn't a good idea because it is really lovely. And here you go, Honey. Clever girl. So she'll come for a treat. That's a girl. Good girl. So we have a lot of friendly sheep on our farm, and most sheep will try and just run away from you most of the time. Right, guys, we're going to head down this way. And but we do have quite a few friendly ones because we like keeping our pets to be mums on the farm going forward. So we're going to head straight down here past where our hens and ducks are, and we're going to head round to where the lambing shed is at the moment. It is absolutely gorgeous just now. So this field to the right of me is where we've just sown our spring barley. It's a busy time of year on the farm, We are calving, lambing, kidding, and we're getting all the crops in for the year, as well as the barley and the barley and the grass. We also grow some potatoes and also some peas. That's the word I'm looking for. So this was the last field to be sown out in barley last weekend. We're going to head through where some of our cows are and head up to this shed here. These are 1-year-olds up in this area. So as I said, we're calving just now. We have Limousin and Aberdeen Angus cattle on the farm. So we're going to head round through to where the lambing is taking place. And you'll see again all our calves are coming forward as well they're really friendly. There's usually one just waiting for a treat. There's one chasing me along here. Oh yeah, so there's always one in the feed ring. They're not meant to be in the feed ring, but there's always one. We need to repair one side, so there's always one lying sleeping in there. They're looking nice and settled just now. So these are 1-year-olds. They're actually due to be sold on to other farms shortly. We'll keep some for breeding. If anybody's got any questions today, do ask. Scott's going to try and give me comments. And if there's any ones I miss during this, we will answer them later. I'm just going to come in just briefly to see Dodd. Hi, Doddy boy. Dodd. Dodd's our big friendly bull. And he is a big favourite on our farm tours because he happily lets people hand feed him. And I think he's a bit warm today. He's just lying there very relaxed. Our signal, that's better. So apologies, we moved on from Dodd quickly just because my signal started going there. So we're going to come back into this area now here. Oh yeah, I've got a question.
Sonia is asking...
Oh, what are the treats you're giving the sheep and cows? So these are basically, it's a concentrate feed that we buy from a company called East Coast Finers even, and they make these specifically for either sheep or cattle. These cobs here, these are actually ewe-rolls, so these are for sheep, and we've also given, we'll give very similar looking ones which are actually suckler rolls for cows, and it's just extra minerals and vitamins in there. So we've come into the lambing shed. So for those of you that were on our tour, we've got some hungry babies now. For those of you on our tour earlier on in the month, the bigger lambs there really are getting very big now. I'm going to come into our lambing shed, and these are our pet pens. These are the ones with heat light set up for lambs that need some extra heat and warmth because they haven't developed enough fat on them to stay nice and cosy. So we have pets only because either there's a problem with a lamb, possibly it's been poorly, or if we have triplets. So we will take a baby away from a mum who has triplets because they don't normally have enough milk to feed all their babies. So this is a little goat here. You actually saw Mum earlier, Lantern, and she didn't get enough milk from Mum, and she actually got cold and then had to come in. Now the little lamb behind, he's had a little infection, so he's been getting treated as well. This one was a poorly lamb as well and caught an infection and had to go under an emergency heat light, and they've all been doing really, really well. This lamb in front of me, when it was born, it actually got funny deformed little legs, which it's really actually doing very well now. Its hip was a bit weird as well, but it seems to be managing to get on its feet really well, and we have a bit more faith in its future now, because for a while I really wasn't sure if it was going to manage to ever get on its feet. The other two lambs, both have been out in the fields with mums, and sadly we've had to bring them back because they were cold and then they stop actually feeding. Now somebody's just asked me what breed are the black lambs. So most of them are Zwarbles. I'll show you a Zwarble mum just shortly. We've got some more in here. There's three. Oh, hi Jean. Jean's in Forfar. So these three here, they're all just cuddled down sleeping under the heat light here. So I'll maybe not try and disturb them. So if I come over to our lambing bit here, now last time people would have joined us, this area would have been absolutely full of sheep. We have 120 breeding females at the moment on the farm. So we're not a massive farm for sheep. A lot of people will have hundreds of sheep. We're actually just getting back into sheep and growing our flock. We were out of it for 20 years. So we are now down to 5. So from 120, we are only got 5 sheep left to lamb. I would say this one is likely to be the next one to go. Now, our last live, we actually had the benefit of having 2 live births during the tour, but I don't think that's going to happen today, although I don't think this lady is very far away from lambing now. These 5 here are still the ones to lamb, and then the pen beside is our holding pen for the ones that are due to go out to the field. So they're all getting on really well, and here comes Bunty. So if I come into here, this is where I'm going to get mobbed by sheep, because remember I said about having friendly lambs, friendly sheep. So I'm now surrounded by Gracie, Bunty and Diana. And this is Diana's babies here. They're all marked with numbers so that they match the mum, so that we can identify them in the field. Bunty here has a red 40 on her side, and I'm going to give them a treat because otherwise I'm just getting eaten alive here. They know my pocket as well. So these are all getting their treat, and then I'm just going to walk up here a little bit. So these sheep are all the ones left that are ready to go out to the field. They're all getting on absolutely fine. Now, any that have the red numbers on them, that says to us, that'll tell us that they have twins, and that's so that we can see that and spot that very easily in the field if there's a problem. If it's a blue number, they have a single lamb with them. And that's how we work it. And then if the numbers will match the lambs, so we know who's the mum and who's the babies. And that's helpful for those 2 lambs earlier on that we saw, number 11 and 16 in the pen, who have returned from the field, so we can identify them very easily. Now you might also see that the sheep have ear tags. This is Gracie here. She's got her ear tags. These are electronic ear tags for identification. And all sheep, goats and cattle have to have ear tags by law if they're from, they are a food type animal. So most of ours are here. We've got a lot of pets as well as ones that will go on for food. But if they're a pet, they still have to have an ear tag. Now these ones in here, these are some more of the pet lambs. These are the orphan type lambs. Most of our orphan lambs this year are little triplets, and that's just because triplets don't tend to have enough milk to feed all 3 babies. And we don't want to take the risk of them going out to the fields and then them getting cold if they've not had enough milk, and then there's a problem. So Scott's just given me a wee update on time. So just look at darling. All right, so we've got 15 minutes left. That's plenty time. So if anybody's got any questions, please ask. We've got the sheep in the pens here. These ones are all sheep who have had their babies, and they come into this pen for 24 hours to make sure that everything is okay. And this is when, we've got one up here that's feeding away really well there. She's got her twins feeding. And that's because we want to ensure that feeding is going okay. This one here, the baby's just lying down, and she's looking for a treat actually as well, the mum. I'll just reach over. She wasn't a pet, but she seems to think she wants to be now. So these sheep in here, they've all had their lambs. They'll be in here for 24 hours. And from here, they will head into the holding pen ready to go out to the field. We want them to go out to the field. Twins is good. Twins is a good size, usually of a birth. And also twins are perfect for the mum's feeding because they can feed one on either side because they've got 2 teats. If it's a single lamb, we don't want sheep to have 2 big single lambs. This one was quite a big single lamb, and the mum here is marked with a blue dot on her back. Is it still connected, Scott? Okay, good. It seems to have lost a bit of connection, which is a bit strange. So I've just come back to an area where we do have signal, and you can see some of our little kid goats here. These are Boer goats. This one here is a Saanen, which is a dairy breed, and so are these two. These are Toggenburgs, and they're a dairy breed as well. And these are all ones that we will bottle feed and regularly 4 times a day. We've got 3 little lambs up here as well. They're on the 4 times a day feed. But the big ones that we saw at the beginning are now at 2 times a day. 3 times a day. So I'm going to pop this way just now. We're going to go around to where we are calving and just pop into the calving shed as well. So when you come on a farm experience here, we literally take you around all the animals and introduce them all to you and give you the chance to hand feed them all. Because we have a lot of friendly ones, and we'll speak all about our lambing life and our farming life, and hopefully teach you lots. So making it an educational but fun visit here. We've got sheep out in this field here. You'll see that's part of, we have 550 sheep on the farm, but as I said, we've only got 120 at the moment, which are for lambing this year, and that'll increase next year because we'll have another 50 for lambing next year, which will bring us up to 170, but just 120 just now. So everyone knows there's actually a competition currently on Go Rural Scotland. Really, really worthwhile. Oh, hi Amanda. That's a fellow farmer down in the Scottish borders, so nice to see you. We have a competition currently on Go Rural Scotland website to win a farm tour here. So please go on to the Go Rural website to have a go. Here you can see some of the calves. They're all ear tagged, and these guys are all ready to go out to the fields as soon as we have enough grass. They only stay inside during the winter because it's too cold for us to in this area, and they'll also damage the ground. There's not any grass in over the winter period. So they're all, oh, yeah, cool. Right, sorry, Iona's given me a wee time check there as well. Oh, hello, missus. We've got quite a lot of friendly cows in here as well, but I think they're looking very relaxed today. I think it's too warm. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. So I'm actually going to just span round this one here. She's getting a nice wee clean there. Which is lovely. Oh, Charlotte's lying down over there. So Charlotte's one of our favourite cows. And she's, yeah, they're just so relaxed today. They're not going to come and say hello to me, I don't think. But as I said, we're calving 55 cows just now. We've only got, I think, 12 to go, and we'll soon get all these ladies out to the grass fields for the summer. So we'll come back round this area, and hopefully our signal will stay. Has anybody got any questions you want to ask about calving or lambing or even our goats? We also have accommodation here. I mentioned we do farmhouse bed and breakfast, and we have a holiday cottage, a 3-bedroom holiday cottage with a cosy wood burning stove. Unfortunately, I can't take you to that today because it's one field away, and it's over that area, so it's a bit far for us to pop over and see it just now. We are really delighted to be part of Go Rural Scotland, which is a group of agri-tourism farmers in Scotland, all working together to promote Scotland's farming and their tourism offer that we can give, whether it's accommodation or farm visits or weddings, or there's lots of different things that farmers can do now. And so I'm just going to come back in now. Hopefully we've got a signal in here, and come back to where we've got our sheep still in. So these ladies will be really looking forward to get out to the grass, and we'll just literally have to finish by ear tagging those lambs that are in here with their mums, and then they'll go out to the fields from there. Some farmers won't ear tag until later on in the year, but we like to do it as they're going out, and so we have our records as up to date as we can do. Do calves get bottle fed if needed as well? Thanks, Fiona. Good question. We rarely have to bottle feed any calves, but interestingly, we do. There we go. We're back on again. Thank goodness. So yeah, so only if we need to, we'll bottle feed. I mean, it's just the same as the lambs. We're only bottle feeding because we need to. Cows are only going to normally have 1 or 2 babies. We don't really have many twins on the farm normally. So Alana is over in the pen behind there, and she's actually staying for breeding. So we keep a lot of our pets for breeding because we've made these nice friendly ones. And that means that going forward we've got lovely friendly sheep, which is actually interesting to work with. Sometimes they can be a bit of a handful. Our goats kept mostly for their milk. So the dairy goats that we have, these are actually ones that are meat variety of goat here, and we do our own lamb meat and goat meat, but we also have a lot of goats that if you get a name, you're staying here. So we've rehomed a lot of animals over the years. So the ones with the brown heads there, the ones that look like little spaniels, they're actually a boer goat. And these 2 boys here, they're going to be billies, they're going to be daddies on the farm. And then the little one over here that's been poorly, she, hopefully she will be nice and healthy and strong soon. And she's definitely going to be named because she's absolutely adorable. She's so sweet, and she'll stay on the farm. So, aren't you, Mrs.? You are. So her mum's called Lantern, so we're hopefully going to call her something similar. I had somebody on a visit to our lamb and special last night suggested Lacey. So we are considering the name Lacey. We think that'd be a really good one for her. But we'll make sure she's going to be fully fit first. Aren't we, darling? So they're due a feed again at 4 o'clock. So they're going to start wanting to, they should really be having a wee sleep just now. But obviously I'm disturbing them. So the chair's in there just for bottle feeding the wee goat actually, because she doesn't like to come forward and be bottle fed. So she likes a wee cuddle at the same time. We find she likes to sit on our lap, and then she'll have a wee bottle or a bit of it. She's been a difficult one for feeding. She hasn't liked bottle feeding at all. So she's only just in the last 3 weeks managed to start last Saturday, and is managing to feed her bottle. We are just checking if there's any other questions we've got here. So what I think we'll do is we're going to head back outside. It's because it's such a lovely day. We've covered a lot of what's happening out on the outside here. When you come to the farm on a visit, we now also have facilities, which is fantastic, including toilets, baby changing, a disabled toilet, and a mother's room. So we're really pleased with that, and this is what's just over here just now. So I'm actually going to head back round to see if the sheep that are over on this area, and if there's any of the kids out with their mums up at the field here. Tomorrow you'll be able to catch up with the Roberts family in Fife, which is not too far from us. That's east coast of Scotland as well, and near Dunfermline at Craigducky. And you'll be able to catch up with them and their lambing, and also their shepherd huts. So I hope you'll enjoy that at 1 o'clock tomorrow. So I'm just going to pop back up to the corner here, and we should have the goats come in every night. So we're just going past their shed just now. They do not like to be out overnight, so we're just coming up to see, oh, little Thistle's now lying down looking lovely and relaxed. I don't know if she's going to come over and hand feed before we finish. I really hope so. I've got like 1 treat left. Thistle! 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 You coming? Come on then, Thistle! Oh, she's just teasing me, I think, today. You coming over, Thistle? Come on, Thistle. think she's trying to think about playing with our dog. Come on, Thistle. Come on. So, okay, she's obviously decided she's not. They are enjoying just lying out in the sunshine just now. The goats have gone up the field there. And we also have alpacas, and they've stayed up the top of the field as well today. So we do an alpaca walking experience here, as well as our farm tours and our accommodation. And it's quite a big juggle, because across our farm here, there is really just myself and my husband. We've got an apprentice in place, and we've got a little bit of family help from our children, but not maybe as much as I'd like sometimes. But that's what happens when you've got teenagers. So we're going to be finishing just shortly. We've just got a couple of minutes left. I hope you've enjoyed. We've done a bit of a different overview of the farm today than our last farm tour with Lambathon. It's great having the opportunity to be part of Go Rural Scotland and Scottish Agri-Tourism. So I hope you keep watching. And if you do want to follow our farm in particular, we are Newton Farm Holidays by Orphan in Angus, and you can follow us on Facebook or our website, which is newtonfarmholidays.co.uk. And we always like to share what's going on in our farming life. So thank you to everybody today for watching. I will answer comments after, and I'm going to just check, see if there's anybody we're going to say bye as well. So Scott's beside me, so he's going to come over, and everyone else has deserted us, which is just typical. So we're going to say bye. I'll leave you with the Highland cows though, because they are much more glamorous than us. Thank you so much for joining us here at Newton Farm, and good luck to the Roberts family in Fife tomorrow down near Dunfermline at Craigducky, and we'll hopefully see you soon. Thanks. Bye.